Welcome back to Love to Live in the Temecula Valley. I am your host, Catherine Materiali. If you have been searching for a single story in West Murrieta, this neighborhood will be one you'll want to see. Today we're taking a drive through what I call the Tree Streets, a charming Copper Canyon neighborhood where you will actually find more single-story options than two stories. There are 3 single-story floor plans here and only 1 two-story plan. So if a single story is important to you, this is a great area to keep an eye on. You can also walk to Coal Canyon Elementary and you're just steps away from Lower Copper Canyon Sports Park, which has baseball fields, soccer areas, basketball courts, a playground, bathrooms, and a quiet little creek you can explore. It is a really loved part of West Murrieta. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss my weekly driving tours and neighborhood highlights around the Temecula Valley. I'm going to bring you into the neighborhood from Via Moreno. Now, Via Moreno, as we approach this 4-way stop, just to the left there, you have the pocket park that is sandwiched between a couple of homes in what I call the English Streets neighborhood. And then Coal Canyon Elementary is right there on the corner. We're going to turn right onto Via Alisal, and then the school grounds will be on our left. And then we will turn right into the first entry of what I call the Tree Streets because they are all based off of tree names. So right there on the left-hand side is one of the loops that you can drop your kiddos off at. And then there's another loop if you continue going straight. This here is the kinder area. And if you look there to the right, that's the staff parking. There's a few spots that you can park in. Usually they're taken. And then that's the other loop where you can drop off kiddos and pick them up in the morning and afternoon. And then to the right is the Lower Copper Canyon Park. This park is awesome. So that drive there that goes to the cul-de-sac then leads into the parking lot. That big green space, lots of little soccer teams practice there during soccer season. And then you have the covered playground. That's the blue roof is the bathroom area. And then you have a couple of basketball spots and baseball and open fields and places where you can walk. And there's this great little creek, which doesn't show in this drone, but you can walk down and there's a little creek that the kids like to go and play in and sometimes find tadpoles and all sorts of fun stuff. Now, something to keep in mind as we pull into the neighborhood, you will have people parking in front of your house if you live in this top part of the neighborhood and then kind of all the way down there. And it's just one of the things to keep in mind. There's certain times, if there's an event or in the morning or in the afternoon, these kind of top end, but not even the whole street, but the top end does experience that traffic. So if that's something that is off-putting to you, you don't want to rule this neighborhood out, but you would want to be towards the bottom end. This is giving you a reflection of the 1 single or 2-story plan that is in this neighborhood. And then this is a sample of one of the single stories. This community actually has 3 single stories and 1 2-story plan. The single stories are 1,647 square feet, and it has a 2-car garage. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Then there's 1,872 square feet, which is another single story. It has a 3-car garage and it's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. And the 3-car garage is where you have the 2-car garage and then a separate single car, kind of like in an L shape. And then the 3rd single story plan is 2,071 square feet with 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and that also has a 2-car. And then that 2-story, that house on the left gives you an example of what I was talking about with the 2 and the 1. And then the 2-story is 2,385 square feet, and it is 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms with a 3-car garage. Now, let's talk about, oh, and let me tell you who built it. So this is actually another Sheffield homes community. You can get a feel of the whole vibe here. It kind of loops around like a big U with a couple of cul-de-sacs in the middle of it. And these were built by Sheffield Homes, just like the English streets, and they were built between 1999 and 2001. The lot sizes range from just a little over 5,000, like 5,227, I think is the smallest I've seen. And then the largest, which there aren't very many of them, but there are some larger lots, but the absolute largest lot that I've seen in sales history is 16,117 square feet. Now, there's something kind of neat at the bottom end of the neighborhood off of Aspen, so that when we came into the top and we turned onto Scarlet Oak, and then Scarlet Oak bends and becomes Aspen. There's a little walkway, which we'll see here in a minute, that goes to the next neighborhood over. So often my husband and I will use that as a cut through when we're running early in the morning. And actually, you're going to see it right now as we turn right onto Aspen, right there on the left-hand side. That is that walkway. And can you see how it then goes through to the next neighborhood? So if you like to just walk from neighborhood to neighborhood, or even if you have friends that live the next neighborhood over, or the kids can ride their bikes through there, it's really, really handy. Now, let me talk to you about a few sales and actives. There's one pending sale when I'm shooting this and it is on Scarlet Oak, and it is the 1872 square foot single story, the 4 and 2. We don't know what it's going to sell for, but it was listed at $699, and that one is currently in escrow. And then a few sales. There was one on Scarlet Oak that closed, and it sold for $730. It was the 2-story plan, that $2385. And then we had one on Aspen that recently sold for $860. It was another of the $2385 2-stories. And then we also had the smallest one, the 1647 square footer single story that recently sold for $590. So you can see there's a broad range in regards to pricing, and a lot of it just will come down to, does it have a pool? Obviously the size of the home. That 1600 square footer is a really great way to enter into this neighborhood. If you're downsizing, or maybe you're a new family, or it's just, the two of you, or even just a single individual, that is a great floor plan. But you do have a broad range just depending on the lot size and the amenities and so on and so forth. But this neighborhood it's fantastic. You can see there those homes back up to Via Moreno. It is not, as I mentioned with the English Streets video, it's not a crazy loud road. You will have more traffic during school drop-off and school pickup, and people do actually park along Via Moreno as well. So that's something to just keep in mind. It will not prevent you from driving through, but there are times of day, I do want to stress, there are times of day where it does become congested in this like small proximity around the school and in the neighborhoods that are immediately around it. So we're about to exit out of the neighborhood. So there's 2 exits, and this one is going to take us back out to Via Moreno. And if you were to turn right, that would take you back to Coal Canyon. And if you turn left, I'll show you momentarily that it will take you to the Calle del Oso Oro traffic light. That was a look at the Tree Streets, a neighborhood that is known for its single-story floor plans, walkability to Coal Canyon Elementary, and easy access to the Lower Copper Canyon Sports Park. It has that friendly, established feel that people love about this part of West Murrieta, and it is a great option if you want to be close to schools, parks, and the outdoors. I would love to know what you think about this neighborhood. Comment below and share what either stood out to you about this one or what you look for in a Copper Canyon home. If you're thinking about making a move to Murrieta or anywhere in the Temecula Valley, I would love to help you find a home that fits your lifestyle. Be sure to like this video and subscribe so that you can follow along with all of my weekly driving tours and neighborhood spotlights. I would love to be your guide for all things Temecula Valley. We will see you on the next video.